what did you do different in the second half to kind of stay out of foul trouble and kind of get everybody going? It's like you put the team on your back the second half.
It's more of a mental thing, being a senior, being the leader of the team. I gotta know that 2 fouls quick and early. I should never did that. I just gotta know I have 2 fouls and work hard because I know my team needs me. They don't need me on the bench. They need me in the game. They need me getting rebounds. They need me to score. So I just told them like I'm in it, y'all. Like let's win this game. I told them I'm in it with them. I'm not gonna get no more fouls. I'm gonna try my hardest to work with them, and we came up with the dub.
Did you have any idea coach was going to sit you out the rest of that first half, or do you think you're going to go back in?
That's the coach's decision. I had no idea. It's just she made the decision to put me out, and I just stayed focused on the bench. I cheered my team on every time they made a big play. We still fought in the game, so it wasn't that much of a deficit going into the halftime. So when I came back in, I knew it had to end it.
You obviously like playing against this team. Last year you had 20 and 9 against them, but this year 19 and don't have the final stats, but you obviously like playing against them. Is there something, do you like the matchups when you play against them?
I mean, I try to play hard every game, day in and day out. Doesn't matter who I'm facing. I try to go hard at my opponents and let them know that it's going to be a tough battle. So whoever ends up going in hard is going to get that win. And tonight we got that.
First win against them since 1976, way well before your time. But just talk about how this win kind of sets you guys up for Wednesday's game, and then of course the next Sunday's game with UTSA.
We try to focus, when we take one game at a time. Our past record wasn't so good leading up into this game, but we take it one game at a time. So we're gonna get this momentum going in with the W and win on our home court. We're gonna take it to Lamar on the road. We're gonna get that momentum and go on the road because we're gonna face hard, tough adversity, and we're trying to get that win and carry off and keep winning.
Do you? Final question. Since you guys don't really have that. It seems like this year you guys don't have that one score, so is there more pressure on you this year to
I wouldn't say
put out a
it's
little bit
more pressure. I just say like we move the ball more. It may be little points here, little points there, but everybody's contributing. No matter if it's a charge or if it's a rebound, offensive rebound. Everybody, every single player that plays contributes their little amount. So I feel like it's more of a team atmosphere, and we're collecting as one unit, and we're getting this wins.
Making those free throws and kind of closing games out. I know you always talk about closing games out. Talk about how well you close that game out the last two.
I think that what you always look to is your point guard leadership, ultimately, and being able to control memento, be able to have a beat of the team and understand what needs to be done in time and score situations. I think that both Ariel Anderson and Kaylin Martin were able to do that for us. Kaylin's continuously been able to mentor Ariel and our newer point guards as well. I think that's important because when the ball's in Ariel's hands, because Ariel's a playmaker, you want to make sure that she understands time and score situations, what to do. And we saw that tonight. We saw a maturity level. It's going to continue. She needs to still, again, she's just a sophomore. She needs to continue to play through some of her own growing pains. But because she's a scorer, I think she goes with that mentality every single time. And so no matter what, she wants to go for the jugular, getting to understand what's a good shot and bad shot, what's a good pass, what's a good play, and what's not, is going to be critical for us long term. And she showed that poise tonight.
And obviously, big win for you guys. Talk about going into the setting up for the game on a Wednesday and then for the game on Sunday. Where do you want your team to be by next Sunday? By the end of next Sunday, do you think you'll have somewhat of an idea of how you guys want to go in the conference?
Without reviewing game film, I have a thought process as to where I would like us to be going into conference. Do I think we're closer? Yes, I think exponentially closer. Between Rice and this Houston game, we're exponentially closer, but we're still not where I'd like to be. Again, I'll go back to the fact that we need to do a better job rebounding. And there's some things offensively right now I'd like to see us execute a little bit better. I think that'll eventually happen. Again, I really shortened up the lineup tonight. And I think once you allow kids to play together for X amount of time, they develop a chemistry that we haven't had, and me trying to find the right lineup for these young women. So I think we're almost there, Mark, but like any coach, there's still a lot we need to do.
Tonight's lineup, do you think that's the lineup you'll have for the remainder of the year?
I can't say that, to be honest with you. That's not something I can say, only because we have quite a few young women who didn't see minutes tonight who want to compete. They compete in practice. So to give them that fair opportunity, I need to allow them to do that in practice. I told them your opportunity to start and play minutes happen in practice. Your minutes, that happen in a game happen with that opportunity that you get in a game. But I like what I saw tonight. I went big quite a bit, to be honest with you. And I think depending on what defensively people do and how far along certain guards come will allow us to give us those opportunities to rebound.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mark.
That's all I got.
Hi, Joel.
Right.
And my answer to that is no, because I think it showed us early where we needed to continue to get better. And I appreciate that. And it got us to a point where now we've hit finals. We had an opportunity to give the kids a little bit of break, but also continue to refine and work on things from those first, 6 games that we played.
Right.
And so now that we move forward, we have an opportunity to face an opponent in Houston and kind of test us to see where we are before we hit conference play.
Right.
That's exciting. I think that's really exciting. It's exciting, honestly, for the state of Texas anytime you have programs that little guys kind of upset those big guys. I think that's exciting as well. But the most important thing for me is that this team has a better understanding of who they are, where their identity falls, and that there's a lot of value in their ability to play basketball here at Texas State.
Right. There was a point in the first half, I was sitting next to Rob during the game, and you guys are getting out rebounded 10-3, but you're still up 5. What was going through your mind at that time?
Anger. There's only, I continuously say this as a team. I don't know what else I can do, at this point regarding rebounding drills. I think it makes it extremely difficult for me at times because my whole identity as a player came through rebounding. But we're going to continue to plug away, continue to show them film. The tough thing, I think, as a coach regarding rebounding is games like this where you get out rebounded, but you still come up with it. And being able to kind of show them, being able to show them in film where we need to execute better and ultimately how that could hurt us against teams that finish games, I think it's going to be important for us. But we continue to plug away, I'll be honest with you, the shift changed when I yelled at them and said, we're going to play small ball. I didn't say it so nicely, but I made sure that they understand we will go small ball if you don't find a way to do your job. And got to give it to them, they found a way. They found a way. And I think that's really exciting as we continue to move forward. We need to continue to work on our free throws and rebounding. We've worked so hard at our free throws this past week. And again, tonight in the second half, it showed.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, great game, from Ashley. She only played 4 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble. Second half was all hers. Talk about what went on in the second half. I asked her earlier, she likes playing against these guys. She had 20 and 9 against them last year. This year, obviously, 19 points. Just talk about the second half compared to her first half, obviously, in foul trouble.
The first half, she found herself in early foul trouble, and that's going to happen sometimes with these new rules. I think the second half she came in and she knew that one of her biggest roles for us is her ability to be able to score, to suck up defenses, to open up opportunities for other players. She started out kind of slow, honestly, in the second half. Missed quite a few shots. I thought, you know what, let's go get her out. Let's get some other kids some opportunity to get some looks. I knew that when Ezeh came back in that she's going to be hungry. Mm-hmm. Her focus level has changed over this finals break, whether people realize it or not. She gave us her best 4 out of 5 practices that she ever has here in the last recent week. And so I clearly understood that when I inserted her back in that she's going to be able to score, to be honest with you. And that was really exciting. I think anytime you're a local kid from Houston playing against local friends or foes, it always makes it exciting and fun for you. So I'm sure at some level, at some personal level for her, she went in the game with a lot of confidence.
Great game from Ashley. Jeff Coat gave you some great minutes. Kalia Mays, probably the best game I've seen her play. Talk about those two, Jeff Coat and Kalia.
I think the nice thing right now for both Jacqueline and for Kalia, Kalia only played 1 year at Iowa State, didn't have opportunity to play very much. So I tell her a lot of times, you get so frustrated, Kalia, it's like, you don't want to hear this, it's like you're a freshman though. And so until you have an opportunity to kind of play through some mistakes, and I continue to have the confidence to let you play through some of those mistakes, you're not going to have the opportunities that you'd like. And tonight we're able to see her get those opportunities. We had an opportunity to see her and Ashley Ezeh play together. That combination does not happen a lot in practice, but as they continue to kind of go through their growing pains and grow and get better, we'll see that combination in there. I think that's going to be exciting. Jacqueline has the ability to be able to spread out the floor at that face-up post player spot as well as score back to the basket. She's probably one of our best post passers, and because she can shoot the ball, it doesn't allow for as many double teams on Ashley Ezeh or on Kalia Mays, for that matter, in the paint. I think that's exciting. I've got confidence that Jacqueline will be back. You know, she's had this nagging foot injury that just got re-aggravated during the game. But again, I'm really happy that we have both these young women here with us.